Hey there superstars, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and I'm coming to you again before I head off into a F45 session. You guys are becoming my routine right before I hit the gym, and I'm loving it. Hope you guys are getting loads of value from these messages. And today's message that I have for you is a really powerful one that I have personally worked on from the very first day of my personal development journey. When I really started to dive into my internal world, and this was going back into 2013, beginning of 2013. So still something that I'm always unraveling the next layer of, but I want to dive into this message with you guys today, which is all about a question that I have for you. And I really want you to consider this from the deepest part of who you are. I want you to sit with this question. And the question is, are you building a life that magnifies your authentic self? Or is it a life that you're building that is manufacturing a fear-driven self? Okay, this is the difference between living from the inside out versus the outside in. One will create fulfillment, will create freedom, will put you in total alignment with what inspires you, will create a meaningful life, will give you a sense of meaningful contribution. And the other one is so out of control, you're lacking freedom, you're reliant on the external world to reflect back to you whether you're a good or a bad person, or whatever that regard is, whatever that spectrum of measurement is for you. And that pathway, that manufactured pathway, is going to lead you towards not a life of fulfillment, but a life filled with regrets. Okay, I've mentioned to you guys probably 1,000 times by now that the number one regret of the dying is that I wish I had have had the courage to live a life true to myself rather than one I felt was expected of me. In other words, I wish I had have had the courage to live a life that magnified my true self rather than a manufactured self based on what I thought I needed to be. And I mentioned earlier that my first day of personal development started on this particular journey. And I remember being back in 2013, in April I think it was, I got myself to my very first Tony Robbins event. And at that event, what we actually discovered was what we call your primary question. Now, every single human being walking the face of the planet has what we call a primary question. And a primary question is this guiding force that is very unconscious to you, but it is determining every choice that you're making in your life. Right? Or at least the majority of them, right? There's that foundational primary question that you're asking yourself that is allowing you to make the choices that you are, or enabling you to. So my primary question that I was able to discover through awareness and consciousness and asking myself quality questions was, who do I need to be in order to be loved? And so what was happening for me at that time in my life was I had zero idea who I was. I was just doing what I felt was expected of me. I was at uni studying, at that point I'd finished a business degree. I was moving into a law degree because I still didn't know who the hell I was or what I wanted to do, and I was just opening up options for myself. But I was so unfulfilled and I was so disconnected to my true self. I didn't even know, I've never had a taste of that. And I was living so much for the external world. And I'd be, calling myself the chameleon, right? So I'd go into this group and I'd be this certain person, and then I'd be over in this group and I'd be this certain person. And it was just, I could see how my whole life was being determined by the answer to the question that I was walking around in life with, which was, who do I need to be in order to be loved? In this circumstance, with this group of people, in this environment, wherever it was, I became masterful at discovering who is it that I need to be in this circumstance in order to be loved by the people around me. In terms of it made me incredibly good at being able to be with a stranger and almost instantly be able to pick up on what they value most, connect with them on that level, which is a phenomenal skill set, but not when you don't know who you are and you're molding yourself and manufacturing yourself in order to get love, approval, likability, whatever it is. Because why is that? Because if you succeed in getting somebody to love or like you for a manufactured self, that's a very lonely place to be. You know, what that does is actually just reinforce to the self that you're not lovable, you're not likable, you're not worthy, you're not good enough as you are. You need to manufacture a certain self in order to get that love or that like or that acceptance or that approval or whatever you're chasing. And so that's a really lonely place, because you can be, I was hugely successful in getting whatever group or whatever person was in front of me to like me or connect with me, but I was manufacturing who I was. So they weren't loving or liking who I was, they were loving or liking the manufactured self that I was creating on their behalf. Okay, and so, and why do we do that? We do that because we're fear-driven, because we believe that we're not lovable, because we believe that, you know, we have to cover ourselves up, that who we are is not good enough, so we have to be a certain way. And so, you know, to be successful at doing that, is one of the most painful experiences that we can have in our lives. Because, like I said, you might get the love, but you innately know that that love is to uphold a certain image. And so what does that do in your relationships? It means that who that person thinks they're getting into relationship with is not actually who they're in relationship with, right? So, and to be in relationship, this is why majority of my previous relationships, if I really thought about it, I'd probably have to say 100% of them, were me creating such a great image, unconsciously, by the way. I'm more conscious of this pattern now, so I can make different decisions, but this was my unconscious pattern of survival, to create the best, and I'd attract, say, a partner or a friend who would put me on a pedestal. But then I've got to maintain that image. Then I can't be anything but the best. I can't be anything but happy. I can't be anything but successful. I can't be anything but beautiful, whatever the thing was, right? And it's incredibly limiting to the degree of intimacy that you can create and connect with another human being. If you're not being yourself, it's hard to love yourself, right? You can't love yourself without being yourself. And if you can't love yourself, you can't love another. And if you're not being yourself in relationship, you're not loving yourself for the truth of who you are, you're going into your relationship dynamics and you're trying to get something. You're trying to get approval. You're trying to get reassurance. You're trying to get feedback that you're a lovable, okay person. But even if you do get that feedback, if you're not being yourself, you're getting that reinforcement for a manufactured self, which is already, solidifying for yourself that you're not good enough as you are. You have to continue to create this cycle. So you can see how it's just kind of a crazy cycle that we can get so trapped in for our life in entirety and end up with that number one regret of the dying, that I wish I had have had the courage to live a life true to myself rather than one I felt was expected of me, or I wish I had have had the courage to live a life that magnified my true self rather than a manufactured, fear-driven self. Okay, and I say this with every piece of my heart, this message. I really want you to sit with that question. I really want you to, this has the power to completely revolutionize your life and your fulfillment in life. So sit with that question. Are you currently building a life that magnifies your authentic self, or are you building a life that is manufacturing a fear-driven self? Right? Fear-driven self leading to regrets, no fulfillment, and a life that's magnifying your true self is where your freedom, your fulfillment, your sense of contribution and making a meaningful difference with your life lays, okay? And all the connection and the depth cannot be felt or, created and experienced without you being you. All right, so go on that journey to become who you really are, discover who that is, and build that muscle to know the difference between when you're being authentic and when you are manufacturing a self to get something. And it's only from that place, when you've built that muscle to be truly authentic, that you have the power to be able to go into any connection and actually give more, leave things better than you found them, as opposed to trying to get something and taking something away from that connection. Okay, so I could talk all day about this topic. I really hope you take this one to heart and you really sit with yourself on this question. As I said, it has the power to revolutionize your life, so don't take it lightly. And I definitely want to be checking in with you guys. So drop me a comment, let me know where in the world you're tuning in from, say hi, drop any words of wisdom. What's your experience with this? Building your muscle of knowing the difference between your authentic self and your manufactured self, right? It's a big key element in your personal development journey. And if you don't know the difference, you're really, on that trajectory of really getting towards living that number one regret of the dying. So we don't want you doing that. And I definitely want to check in with you guys. So drop me a comment, say hi, let me know. I've got Lucy in the house. Great to see you. And Judy and Adrian and Chulapong and Chris and Dee and Anton and Patrick and Con and Morris and Michael. Awesome. And Daniel and Justin, much love to you. And Danielle and Chulapong, thank you for good food of thoughts at the beginning of the day. So grateful to hear that from you, Chulapong, and I hope to see you at Mega Success. Next week, guys, I'm going to be in LA at a JT Fox event, Mega Success. Really looking forward to it. So yeah, hope to see you there, Chulapong. I know you're a part of that community. And Dennis is here as well, and Grant and Jason. That's why I don't like the statement, fake it till you make it. Yeah, Jason, that's been a tough one for me as well. Because to fake it till you make it, it's kind of like, who are you deceiving, right? That's why, I've gotten to a point in my life, and this has been a major part of my growth journey, is to recognize when I'm deceiving myself, and I'm real. I nearly swore then. That's how good at this I am. I'm so good at deceiving myself. I actually just made a major realization this morning, because I've got a session with an amazing coach of my own coming up today, and wanted to really prepare myself for it based on last time I connected with him was a couple of weeks ago. And I really wanted to make sure that I'm, working on things. And I realized that I had completely deceived myself into thinking that I was done with this thing, and I'd completely forgotten. Lucky I document everything that I'm going through, so I had the ability to go back in time and reflect and go, oh my gosh, I've been getting so caught up in this other realm and deceiving myself. So I'm with you on that, Jason. No deception, authenticity all the way, and building that muscle to know the difference. I love that, Jason. And Dennis, hey superstar, love it. And Adrian, what a great message, Vanessa. Thank you for sharing. Glad to finally catch you live again. Awesome to see you, Adrian. Glad to have you back. And I'm really grateful that you're finding this message valuable. Love hearing that. And Sergio's here, and Kyle and Dawn and Carl and Alex and Dawn. Well, listen, just joined. Love to you. Much love to you, Dawn. Yes, catch the recording. Really hope that this message is going to serve you. And I love catching you live. And Jerry's back. Awesome. Hi, Vanessa. It's evening here at work. I salute you and your friends. It really starts within yourself, from your deepest inside, before sharing. The authenticity is your foundation. Thanks, Vanessa, from Quebec City. Absolutely, Jerry. And I love having you back, and I love you sharing your words here, your thoughts. I love making it interactive, and totally in resonating with what you're saying there. And I'll definitely have to visit Quebec one of these days. And Lucy, hi Vanessa, such a great message as usual. So much love for you, beautiful Lucy. You're such an amazing soul, and I love having you live. And Victor's here, and Andrew and Adrian. Authenticity starts with accepting yourself and sharing your truth. Absolutely, Adrian, such true words. And it's really difficult for us to be authentic when we don't know who the hell that is. Like, we've lost our connection. We've been so externally driven. We've been so outside in living that it's hard for us to reverse that into the inside out. And so that's why majority of the programs that I offer is all about tapping into that internal world, discovering what the hell that is so that you can accept it, and not only accept it, but learn to actually appreciate, even adore the truth of who you are so that you can feel empowered to actually share that. And it's a knowing that you just can't shake. Once you get connected to that, it's unshakable. It's like, you know, when you're lying to yourself, when you're lying to the world. And I've got so much to share on this topic, but I really better take off. I'm going to be late. But I love that. Thanks for sharing, Adrian. And Gary's here. And Charity, awesome. Great to see each and every one of you guys. So much love for each and every one of you. I really hope you take this message to heart. As I said, it has the power to revolutionize your life. If you're just joining now, please catch the recording. And if this message has been valuable to you, please do share it. That is the greatest gift that you can give to me. And if you've gotten value from it, then hopefully other people will get value from it as well. So I love that. And Huss is in the house. Oh my God, so good to see you, Huss. And Charity, hello to you, beautiful. So lovely to have each and every one of you guys here. And Marcus is just joining. Guys, catch the recording, get a ton of value, because I've definitely got to sign off. But before I do, I want to make sure that I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope, amazing and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering and today's message has absolutely served you. Do the work, sit with this question, guaranteed to shift the trajectory of your life for the better. And you know, no time like now to start. And Huss, great to see you, B. I need some of what you're talking. You're literally aging in reverse. Taking. I love it. Oh, that's cool. I'm actually on a juice cleanse right now. I'm on to day 8. I'm going to do 12 days because I'm off to LA on Monday. And so I'm just going to keep going. But yeah, feeling amazing. I'm into F45. Guys, get onto F45 in your city. Go give it a trial. It is amazing. So maybe that's a bit of it, what it is. But I've been doing a lot of my own personal development work, particularly in the realm of authenticity and tapping into inspiration, and that's going to knock years off you. So I love that, Huss, and so good to see you. Hope you're doing amazingly well. And Chulapong, I'm in Bangkok. You're always around the world. I love it. It is 6:15 a.m. That was why I said good food of thoughts at the beginning of the day. That's awesome. I love to hear that. And thank you, Jerry, for sharing. I so appreciate that, my friend. Greatest gift you can give to me. And any of you guys who aren't currently part of the Limitless Potential community, links up above. Make sure you're in our community, and you want to take things further, you want to definitely join into the masterclasses. We've got a bonus special call where I jump on a Zoom call with each and every one of you. We build our community. You guys are absolute rock stars. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. So you don't want to miss out on that. So much fun connecting with like minds across the globe. And then we've got upcoming amazing deep dive masterclasses, and you get a whole library of awesome content as well. So make sure you let me know if you want to be a part of that. Just shoot me a message or drop me a comment. And Tyler's in the house as well. Good to see you, Tyler. Hope you catch a recording. Hope this serves you. I got to run off. I know Tyler's a F45 coach, and I'm about to head off to F45. Not the same one, but awesome work. And I'm signing off, guys. I'm sending you all of my love, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.